Real quick, lad, if that's a TV, it's got to go down because otherwise we're going to get pulled off the air.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Facebook will
there's
kibosh
no,
this shit
there's,
immediately.
I have a company over
So
there that's talking over
just
there.
making sure it's not a TV, otherwise we're out of here.
Right.
Uh, so, as you could tell, before I get to our very special guest this week, Bobby is on vacation, and
He went out for milk.
thus has turned BT into a Teletubby. Bobby did this. But now to our special guest. We have the boy wonder, Kid Lat.
How you guys doing?
And Lat, I'm going to kick off the way I always kick it off. How many years have you been in the business, and who were you trained by?
Yeah. So thanks for having me. First off, and I've been I've been in the business for about almost 3 years now, roughly. I was trained by Shogun Chris Logan and Quinn Whittick, as well as Luis Morales and Shane Foster, down in Wrestle League Chicago. So yeah.
BT.
I gotta ask how you feeling after that ass whooping last Saturday you received.
Yeah. you know, uh, Mike Jarek is a very intimidating individual. And the F5's hurt a lot.
So. F5's hurt a lot. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need you to. This is a non-wrestling related question. I need you to rank the following superheroes in terms of who you would be their sidekick. All right, so we got the Green Lantern. We've got Batman. We've got Superman. It's gonna be two more. There's 5 of them. Martian Manhunter. And I'm going to go with the Green Arrow.
All right. I think it's pretty hard, but I think coming in at 5, I think I'd have to put Superman last because I don't think I'd be getting much work in as a sidekick. Be doing a lot of cheering from the sidelines over there. I think probably Green Lantern 4. I don't know. I like
space. You're human,
right? Yeah. I like all these guys, but not the hugest Green Lantern fan. I guess Martian Manhunter 3 would be cool. Very cool skill set. All the stuff he does. I'd love to learn about other planetary cultures like himself. 2, Green Arrow. I love Green Arrow. I think he's awesome. But 1, of course, is Batman.
Well, I want you to know you picked the worst possible one. He has a track record for Robins getting kidnapped and murdered.
Right. No, yeah. But he's also a proven guy who's had sidekicks in the past. Very famous. I would love to get to the point where I could become a Nightwing type figure, a Red Hood type figure. That'd be real cool.
Anybody got a crowbar? That's how you're turning into Red Hood. PT, go ahead. He answered my ridiculous question.
All right, so now it's my turn for a ridiculous question. Captain Planet, do you think he's a bitch?
No, of course not. I love Captain Planet. He has great values and a great message.
I'm going to go a serious question. I was going to continue ridiculous questions, but I will just sprinkle them in here and there. What style have you adopted when you're in the ring?
So coming from Wrestle League, it is very you like sort of American TV style-ish focused. But for the past 2 years, I've done a lot of lucha training on the side. I've worked under Atomico and Skida, who Skida's a huge legend in the lucha libre, sort of spaces, especially when it comes to trainers. So it was an honor to learn under them. So I've, of course, I have a foundation of American style wrestling from Wrestle League with Shogun and Quinn and Lewis, but being able to sprinkle in sort of aspects of my move set that I drew from those years training in lucha, I think it's been very beneficial to me.
PT.
That is intriguing. So, as a superhero, who's your arch nemesis?
I've had a lot of nemesis over the years, but probably the two most reoccurring in my career so far have been Motivation Mike from Wrestle League, who's sort of a this evil motivational speaker that's drawn my ire since I debuted, basically. And then, of course, a lot of people know I've had a notorious feud with Rock and Rivera that it's never quite resolved. I think that's going to last as long as us two are the two last guys on Earth, and we'll never get along truly. So it's just a bad dude. So.
All right, time to sprinkle in another silly question. What is the Kid Lat hideout? Like when you're not at wrestling shows or stopping crime, are you in like a vortex of lightning? Because,
I like to call home base the Lat Cave. I can't really disclose where it is geographically. I have I have enemies in a lot of spaces. Many who could be listening in, but yeah, just know it's called the Lat Cave, and I can't further elaborate on it much.
no, I understand why you picked Batman. PT.
So, when you eventually become big enough that you could be a real superhero, would you consider Captain Knees over here as your
I am actually the bronze kneecap.
Negasonic Shin? We got the. Would you consider him as your sidekick?
Get off the pills.
I'd love any opportunity to work with Duffy in any capacity. So
Look. Okay, time out. Before we continue, just because you're on the show doesn't mean you gotta blow him.
Hey,
I'm not glazing or sucking
I'm
up.
not glazing. Super glaze.
He's the glazer.
Forget Boy Wonder. We got the Glazer Kid Lat.
Da-da-da-da. Glazer.
Glazer King. Oh, so
his superpower is swallowing.
Glaze Goat. Lad, I warned you we're idiots. But Lad, what is the one match that made you be like, I wanna do this. I wanna be a wrestler?
I think a match that was definitely a turning point of deciding man, I really want to deep dive into this is probably one of my favorite runs as a kid, and I'm gonna date myself here, show how young I am when I say this, but one of my favorite storylines as a kid was Yes Movement Daniel Bryan a lot. That was WrestleMania 30 was huge for me. So yeah, I mean the triple threat in the main event of him, Randy, and Batista was definitely eye opening for me. Where I was like, wow, there's nothing in the world that can make me feel the way this is making me feel right now.
Well, and I'm just gonna add on real quick. Not to cut off the interview, but that's a very well done, one of the best builds up to WrestleMania. Then he had to earn his way into the triple threat to beat Triple H earlier in the night, and then he gets the good go home feel good story at the end when he wins.
Certainly.
So it's like that. That's great. That's a great pick. BT.
I got scared of what his answer was going to be for a second. Not gonna lie.
we've
Did
had
that
some
one?
we've had some shit answers before.
Oh man, did that pass your test there?
Good dude. I thought you were going to say Alicia Fox first, Melina.
Oh, dude. Well, if you're asking my second, then
Oh,
My favorite feud's obviously Stephanie McMahon, Brie Bell, and Nikki Bella. Should have died in the womb. Classic.
all right. What's your question for Lat?
All right. So we've had a lot of superhero characters of wrestling: the Hurricane, Eugene, Super Eric Young,
Super Eugene was great.
Rosie.
Rosie.
Shark Boy.
Hell yeah. Who else we had? I
Molly
guess the
Holly.
Calgary kid.
Molly Holly.
Who was the
Curry
Miz.
Man. Your favorite.
Super
Curry.
Molly Holly. So, what have you taken from these superheroes of years past that you add to your repertoire?
I think the best way going about answering this is to really focus in on the Hurricane, because within superhero spaces, all of we all talk to each other. He's really our goat, Hurricane. There's just certain mannerisms that like gets the character or like the idea of a superhero like across. Actually, Super Z down in OVW. Watching him, I took a couple stuff from him. Like he does whenever he does a head scissor, he does like a sort of a holds his fist out superhero pose. I started stealing that too. So it's little taunts and little emotes that reference the superheroism of it all, and that shows in across all the superhero gimmicks in the history of the business, really. So,
Did you have follow up, BT? Or
No, but a question just popped in my head in honor of Bobby, but you can go with yours first.
of course. So this is no longer a thing. The curse has been broken a long time ago. But our show used to have a tag team curse. And I understand you're currently in a tag team and currently tag team champions with the big guy.
certainly are.
So, can you explain how that tag team came about? And can you tell us if you have any other tag teams? Because I have a follow up if you have multiple tag teams.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, it all started. Frontline Pro did this tournament with randomized tag teams, sort of, and I saw that I got paired with former Frontline Pro world champion Josh Price, and seeing that, I was like, obviously excited. So I sent in a video showing how excited I am, and I pretty much promised myself I'm going to make sure that I come out of this tournament as, if nothing else, Josh Price's best friend in the whole wide world. And and that's where I am currently. And he liked me enough to keep me around. And now we're the tag team champions of Frontline Pro, and it's been an absolute honor to be by his side. And he's probably the greatest of all time, Josh Price. So
Wow.
yeah, and for the other question, I do have other tag teams that I'm also involved with. Back at Wrestle League, I tag with my very, very close friend and roommate, Adonis Allen, who you're familiar with.
Yeah.
We do this team called Thunder and Lightning. It's pretty cool.
You guys should be Thundercats.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that shit's trademarked anymore.
Oh, good. Great. Down in Defiant Pro, I tag with my good friend Kid Riot.
I know Kid Riot.
Yeah, Kids in the Hall is what we go by there. He's such a great guy to learn under too, because he's pretty huge in lucha spaces. So being able to see how he works his lucha moveset into
Whitest luchador I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, no, Kid Riot's awesome. Genuinely, Kid Riot is incredible.
Shout out to Kid Riot, former guest of the show.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, those are the main three for
All
sure.
right, so here's my follow up, and it's gonna tell us who your favorite tag team partner is. Rank your tag team partners 1 to 3.
This is you're putting me in such a difficult situation
Oh yeah, I'm a
because
dick.
you have to. I have to say Josh Price number one because he's he's sort of the embodiment of excellence in a way, and every little thing he does is at that point the greatest way that thing has ever been done. You know, I know I said that I'm not, I wouldn't be glazing, but when it comes to Josh Price, you know, he's the greatest in the world. So,
Glaze goat.
right. Um, Kid Riot, I have to put two, and see why this is this terrible
Mm,
situation you're putting me in is because I live with number
mm,
three.
mm. And I bet he's very close by.
Yeah, he's not gonna like that. But I have to put
Someone's
Kid Riot
someone's
number
sleeping on
two
the floor
because
tonight.
Money McGill's in the chat. What's up,
Shout
Money?
out, Money Miguel. Also, anybody watching, if you have questions, we can show it like this. Taylor Lytle says Kid Lat versus Shark Boy is the match I need to see.
I'd love to wrestle a Stone Cold Shark Boy.
Lisa's excited to see the Teletubby. And of course, the comment I just showed, Miguel. Speaking of Miguel, well, you know what? I don't want to skip BT. So I'll come back to it. BT, go ahead.
All right, so Marvel has the Avengers. DC has the Justice League. What is your group of superheroes, and what are you guys called?
Um, Actually, funny enough, me and number three, no, me and Adonis Allen,
Yes.
the Thundercat
Number
Adonis Allen.
three.
He's excellent. I love tagging with him. I didn't want to make it sound like I don't. I love tagging him. He's wonderful. But we recently back at Wrestle League have started teaming up with a third member, Iho Del Enigma, who
Excuse me?
wrestled at.
Did you just say a slur?
I did not. I did not.
He goes from Kid Lat to super racist.
Keep going. I'm sorry. I had to do it. I'm sorry.
Iho del Enigma.
That sounds worse.
Saying it again is wild. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but he,
Just
he,
say super. No, that sounds worse too.
Just let him dig his own hole. We're over here.
but yeah, he's a very talented wrestler out of the Big Lucha Gym down in Mexico. He's also from Espiritu Pro in Puerto Rico. Very, very talented luchador, and we just formed sort of a 3-man thing. We don't have an official name yet, but we're gonna workshop it for sure and see something cool.
Why don't we workshop it right now?
What was it?
Duffy, you got any suggestions?
Kid Latin is 2 bitches.
It's not. No.
Kid Latin is hoes.
No, yeah, you can't use that either.
BT, you got any?
Let's see. We got the Mistis League. We got. We got the Unvengers.
The Avengers.
We got the Dollar Store.
All great options.
Timo League.
Oh, man.
What happens when you don't get direct TV?
Taylor says kill that. Another guy in number 3.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
Yeah, we're terrible people, and I warned you. And you came on anyway.
I have to embrace it, I think.
We actually have a viewer question from Scott. Scott wants to know the best theme song in wrestling.
Ooh.
Today or all time?
Scott, please elaborate, and then we will come back to that. So I'll do. I'm not showing that one, Scott. I'm not showing that one. Um, but because Miguel popped up in the chat recently, this year at the rookie combine, you and Money Miguel met in the first round. Would you like to tell us about your rookie combine experience at Legacy Pro Wrestling?
Yeah, I mean, all around it was awesome. For starters, just working with Miguel in that first match, I think we impressed the judges there. Miguel, I mean, for his age, is just like it's incredible. Like the level he works at is, and I know that the match was so good that like my coach Shogun Chris Logan will like bring it up from like still to this day, and that was like months ago. So, but it was great working with Miguel, and then in the next round it was great working with Armando Alvarez and Silky Smooth. Silky Smooth is so good, so good. Silky Smooth. It was a very stacked combine all around. Like every representative just really had a huge case to take the whole thing. I'm really glad Wrestle League came home with it with Maya Karas. Congratulations to her still. But yeah, I mean, I love the rookie combine. It's a great experience for any young talent who's breaking in. It's just a great event for sure.
Uh, BT, we'll go you, and then Scott has answered us. Oh, hold on. Scott has a question, a follow up. Sorry. Scott wants to know, is Shogun always that intense?
Oh, yeah. 24/7.
All right, go ahead, BT. I just sneaked that in.
Okay. Another superhero named the Ball Fondlers. This one's for our guy, Bobby. We'll miss you.
Bobby.
So let me phrase it in a superhero type frame here. If Sunny, as she is now, needs help from a burning building, and her reward to you was 7 minutes in sunny heaven, would you do it?
This is a PR nightmare.
In fact, Shogun is gonna tell you never again. If you're watching, what's up? Former guest Shogun.
If you want to, you didn't even show up to that show.
I was traveling back from Iowa, but I can shout out, bitch.
As a superhero, we save any life. It's never about any reward. So I'm going to completely ignore that part of the question.
All aboard!
You think you have a choice?
Oh, I hope I do.
Scott said I put the fire over.
That's crazy.
All right, you get the
3 count. So Scott has followed up from his question. Best theme song in wrestling. He just said any theme, indie or pro. So I guess we're gonna go of all time.
Man,
I've
always been just like a big Randy Orton voices guy. It might be a boring answer, but that's my answer.
BT, what do you think?
Crush. Randy Orton's first theme was better.
That's true.
Let's see.
Burning My Light.
Batista has a banger.
Of course.
Cody's works.
It works.
I'm trying to think of one like current, but like they all suck.
Currently, I don't know. Jey Uso, doesn't he just make you want to yeet?
Yeah, Jey Uso is a good one, but it's like the same as Jimmy's.
Kind of.
Just faster.
Well, they're twins. They're bound to share the same thing.
I agree with Scott.
They look nothing alike anymore.
Scott says Trooper by Iron Maiden is clearly the best theme song.
I agree.
I don't know, man, because Metalingus fit Edge so well, and it's so good.
Muhammad Hassan had a good one.
You know what Bobby's favorite is? We got to answer for Bobby. Bobby's not here, you know.
The answer is Katie Forbes, 10 out of 10.
No, actually, the real answer is Bobby likes real American. Dun, 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 dun.
Bobby's answer is Kane.
Hey man, I can yeet wherever I want. All right, Taylor.
Actually, all I'm saying, Bobby's not here. Josh is not here. What's up with that?
Oh, do you think there's collusion afoot?
You think they both went to the Bahamas together?
Oh, didn't
Josh and
invite
Bobby
us.
on vacation,
Sons of bitches.
fucking playing beach volleyball with each other.
All right, kid lad, I got a good one for you.
All right.
What is your favorite wrestling pay-per-view of all time?
Like singular pay-per-view?
You have to avoid the big three.
4.
Dude.
All right, BT made it harder. He said you have to avoid the big four. Sorry.
I like Payback 2013.
Big 5.
Oh, what's the fifth one, motherfucker? There's not a fifth one.
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank won't count.
That kind of counts.
Nah. This dude picked Great Balls of Fire.
The answer is obviously Roadblock. Heroes of Wrestling is definitely my favorite.
Scott picked Legends of Wrestling.
Heroes of Wrestling, Scott. Always go with that. Halloween Havoc.
So what do you got avoiding the big four? What you said? Payback? What year? Sorry.
I was gonna say 2013. But I'm gonna switch it to 2014. That had the Shield versus Evolution, triple threat or 3-on-3.
Was that their first 3-on-3?
No, that was the last one. That was a sweep.
Yeah, that was
Blue Tista.
Blue Tista. It's like they ripped him. It's like they didn't tell him that they were gonna wear black, and they're like, "Hey, Dave, we're gonna wear blue." Which King of the Ring? There was only one Great Balls of Fire. That's why you got that. That's why you got away with that. But you're gonna say King of the Ring.
Heroes Wrestling is where you had drunk Jake Roberts. You had morbidly obese Yokozuna. You had
already morbidly obese.
God, it's been so long since I watched it on YouTube. Yeah, just think of anyone and just think the worst. Their worst version, all in one night.
All right, BT, we're gonna hit your question, and then we're gonna hit Ron's last question for the interview. Lat, we're gonna need you to stay for the remainder of the show just in case, because some people will be like, "Oh, am I done?" You're not done. You're here. You're stuck.
Held hostage.
I found the crowbar.
I actually do have a question, and you know what? Since I'm not doing 3 strikes tonight because I'm gonna do Bobby shit take of the week.
Oh yeah.
What is your Mount Rushmore of superhero movies?
Oh man, dude. Oh, I feel like people are gonna hate my answers. Like I'm gonna get a lot.
Captain Marvel.
No.
If I hear Captain Marvel, I'm clicking end stream immediately.
If I hear Joker 2, just
haven't seen it.
I have a joke that I can't say on air, so I'm texting it to the private chat.
Yes. Don't see it. That's my suggestion. What's your five?
What is this?
Mount Rushmore is 4. You said what's your 5?
Uh I guess I put the Dark Knight on there. As cliche as that is, I'm a big Iron Man 1 guy. I think that's just a great movie. Um, I like the last Batman movie. That was cool. And then oh my goodness. And then
It's in the chat, BT.
so I'll go Dark Knight, Iron Man 1, Batman, and I'll go Spider-Man Homecoming.
Mm.
My 4.
Also, Miguel, no, that movie fucking sucked. Terrible.
Which one?
I only
There's the
know
new
of.
one and there's the old
The new
one.
one's the new Flash. That one's
Oh, I didn't even know there was an old one.
Pretty sure there's an old Flash movie.
There was the Flash show, and then there was the Flash animated movies.
Fantastic Four. Which one though?
Oh, yee.
The one with Michael B. Jordan or
The GOAT,
the good
Chris
one?
Evans. Well, so the final question for the interview we have from Mr. Ron. Ron asks, "Kid, what would you say the single most defining moment in your journey as a superhero?"
It's a great question.
The Diddy parties.
Why you do that?
The timing was insane. I'd say Mr. Ron. Probably just winning the tag team championships with Josh Price was my most defining moment in my journey as a superhero.
Before we get
I do
to
have
the
one more.
shit take, I just have to show this so that we can get to your question. Flash the movie was on Brazzers, and I don't want to know how Scott knows. All right, you got one more. You got it. Our names are on the fucking show. We can do what we want.
We've had all these superhero questions, and we never asked the obvious one. What's your superpower?
Oh,
What do you do?
I got a lot of superpowers, but my biggest one is spreading joy. That's my true
You're about
superpower.
to say something else.
so
Spread and joy. Wow.
So I pitched the Kid Lat for months. I said, if you ever become a supervillain, that because you've got the lightning on the shirt, that he should have the heart punch be his finish, because then he would stop the heart with electricity and pin them. And I'm sure Lat got so sick of me pitching that every time I saw him.
We forgot a superhero when we're listing ones off. We've got Nikki ASH.
Oh, right.
We did.
Dude, how
We
could you
did.
forget?
Let me pull up the shit take of the week.
Oh yeah,
I
play
have
the
it.
video. Even though he's not here, I want the video.
I actually sent it to myself because I have one, and they don't. Where is Bobby shit? It's time once again for Bobby's shit take of the week, presented by Elite Wrestling Society.
No!
Your shit take of the week belongs to Jamie Chalupak from Elite Wrestling Society, who, when someone was saying Darby Allin is not believable as a world champion, the examples he gave as a counter was Eddie Guerrero, Chris Jericho, and Chris Benoit. When asked why he compared them to him, he said the same size, only that Darby is crazier. There's an issue with that.
Not the
I am
same
pretty sure.
size.
I'm pretty sure the guy that offed his family is more crazy.
Where's
But
the
that
button?
is your
Where's
shit
the
take
button?
of the week.
I tried to click.
No yeet.
You stopped me. Yeah, so
That-
that's wild. Darby Allin is like shorter and skinnier. Like at least the other three had a look. Even though Eddie Guerrero was on roids, I mean, at least he was buff as shit. Oh, we know about the other guy, you know. Yikes.
That was a banger theme song, by the way, too.
It's a great theme song, but you know,
Can't play it anymore.
can't
That's
play it
a
anymore.
theme song.
Just like you can't play a Chris Benoit match anymore.
Just like I don't think you can watch any Benoit match in general. You
I mean,
can't watch Triple H
you
tearing his
could.
blood.
You could, but then when King says, "Oh my God, he's gonna kill the guy," you're like, "No, you're a few years early."
Well, it could be like that promo he cut a few years before. It's like, my wife and kids won't be watching tonight's show.
Well, they didn't.
Nope.
He didn't either.
Yeah. See
Shout
what
out
happens
to
if
the
Bobby's
wait
not here? We're not tame.
Bobby, come home.
No. 3 more weeks with no Bobby, everyone, so get used to it.
So are you done with the shit take? Or did you have
because I'm
more?
like Bobby, I was prepared.
Okay. All right. So, in the description, I said we're going to talk Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and maybe AEW. I said maybe because I kind of paid attention. On Monday Night Raw, it's revealed the past couple of weeks that through the graphic changes when the Miz is on air and Karrion Kross is on air, that the Wyatt Six was hunting Miz and the Final Testament. Do we think, and starting with Kidlat once I'm done, do we think that that is the next feud to go with the Wyatt Six, or do you think they're gonna drop the ball with that already?
It's really hard to predict where they go with something like the Wyatt Six. You want to like believe that they're doing consistent feud set up for them, but
Well, they are, because the first feud, Chad Gable turned on his family.
right.
Now you have the Miz, who has now turned on R-Truth, who the Wyatt Six would consider family or friend a turn on to be a negative to them, right? So it would be consistent booking. Karrion Kross is trying to turn people on people that consider each other family, so that would also still work, right?
Right. Yeah. It reminds me of when sort of like guys would feud with the Fiend and they'd like come out of it different, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
And what are they? American Made has come out of it different so far. They've won every match they've had after the feud. But the Fiend would like just turn people heel after
Basically, yeah. Heel machine.
BT, what do you think about this being the next feud?
I don't know how you go with it because everyone that feuds with Cross, something changes with them. And I don't know if they can turn the Wyatt Six heel because that would be what would line up with it. I don't think you're kicking anyone out. So it makes sense to a degree, but I don't think the feud's going to do anything for Cross.
I said that it should have been a heel thing from the start, just because
fans wouldn't allow it.
It doesn't matter. They boo baby faces. They cheer heels.
It doesn't matter. Same reason why Eddie Guerrero, anyone that celebrates Eddie Guerrero will never be booed.
It's like the Fiend was a heel character. Okay. And that shit was getting cheered every week. Did it matter? No. They still had him be a heel. How is it different? How is it different from the Wyatt Six right now?
Because Bray's dead.
Wow.
And it's a tribute to Bray, and they're not going to boo Bray. That's the issue. It's not like it's a bad guy that's popular and they're just cheering him and stuff. They're just not going to boo him because, once again, they're not going to boo Bray.
I think they could have did it. Well, getting booed.
I just want to know how is everyone that got attacked survived? Because they killed 12 people.
They had random dead security guards.
Chad Gable looked like he got
why
shot in the head.
Why do they murder the innocent and then come out and want to be cheered?
I mean, to be fair, Swerve Strickland broke into someone's house and threw a shirt on someone's sleeping child, and got cheered.
Triple H was a good guy when he broke into Randy Orton's house.
Home invasion.
Randy Orton was a good guy when he burned down Bray Wyatt's shack in the swamp.
Rhea Ripley was an abusive ex and gets cheered. Damian Priest was a piece of shit towards everyone else in the Judgment Day.
Terrible friend. Terrible friend.
I think at the end of the day, and you can quote this, wrestling fans, we're bad people.
Yeah.
We're just pieces of shits. There's no other way to go from it.
You know what else wrestling fans are? I say it every week.
Marks.
Smelly.
It's only if you're elite.
Tribalism. You're lucky Josh isn't watching.
I had to take the Bobby role this week. Well, Josh ain't watching because Josh too busy rubbing suntan lotion on the Bobby.
All right. Next Raw topic. Do we feel that they are dropping the ball with Gunther? Good lad.
No,
I don't think so. I mean, he's been built up so well as world champion. It's really hard to undo everything they've done with Gunther.
BT, you look like you had a thought. You said no real quick.
I say no just because, and I kind of called this when he became champion. He's not going to be a priority on that show because there's so much other shit that's more interesting than Gunther. Gunther's a great wrestler. He's improved on the mic, but at the end of the day, he's not he's not that guy that I want to see. I want to carry that can carry a major feud week to week on a show. It looks like without a strong counterpoint. He'll probably get better next month if he feuds with Punk. But I don't know. If he feuded with Zayn, that didn't do anything for anyone. They did the Randy Orton one. That was secondary to a lot of shit. And then they're doing the Cody one, which is a match that no one really gives a fuck about because it's for the Saudi Mania Championship.
You mean Blood Money Mania? Don't ignore me.
Jewel, brother. Headlined by Ultimate Warrior and Yokozuna.
Jesus, I can't believe that they asked for them. And how are they still going to ask for dead people? Jesus Christ.
The best we could do was Undertaker.
I also don't feel like it's dropping the ball. A lot of people on the internet said that they're dropping the ball. That's why I asked the question. But it's you got Jey Uso that people are more invested in, especially now that they got the bloodline thing going on. Don't show the second part of that. He clearly had a typo.
Well, here's the issue with that. Cody wins, it does nothing. Gunther wins, yeah, it helps the World Heavyweight Championship. It doesn't really help Gunther. So like that match is like, I don't know, it's just there.
Tiffany
And then the
Stratton,
Liv Nia one is fucking useless.
just cash in on Anaya Tiffany.
She cashes in and wins the Saudi title.
She gets both.
She gets all three.
That'd be wild.
Every feud going in the Crown Jewel is just, it's not really that important. It's just, let's just get to War Games kind of thing.
Yeah. And this one, a lot of people were complaining about. How do we feel about Braun Breaker losing the Intercontinental Championship so soon?
Well, Jay is like so over that like the person he dropped it to, I don't see as much of an issue. But I mean, one would imagine that Braun's gonna get his get back in some capacity, um, at the very least down the line, if not like pretty soon. You could see a world where Jay drops it back to him before really getting back into all the bloodline stuff. But I don't think it's too much of a concern for Braun. I don't think it damaged him really losing it that fast.
Before we get to BT, Scott says it sucked, but Triple H is an overly predictable booker. Scott, would you like to elaborate while we listen to BT?
Yeah, he's actually right on that one. Because like Jay went, it shocked me, but at the same time, it also made sense because you can't call yourself main event Jey Uso but lose every big match. If Jay, well, I think Jay's losing it tomorrow. I think the only reason Braun lost it right away was because they had to give Jey Uso something before they shoved them back into the bloodline shit. So that's where we're at. I think Breaker's getting it back tomorrow. And as we're on to tomorrow, 2-hour Raws, not working.
It's like that for the rest of the year, buddy.
Not working. Great timing wise for me, because I now get up and work at 3 a.m. But as the show itself and structure wise, fucking terrible.
I also think he drops it Braun Breaker tomorrow, but I see the bloodline interfering, whether it's Jacob Fatu or Solo or all of them. Here we go. Here's his response. He gives it to the smart marks instead of leading the people into the story. He's very knee jerk. Also, when was the last pay-per-view match finish that shocked you?
I gotta think.
That's tough.
There was none at Mania.
Oh.
There was none. I don't think there's been any. In Triple H's era, I don't think there's been any.
I don't think so. So Scott would be correct.
I can't think of one on the top of my head.
Okay.
It also doesn't help that he only does like 2 matches every pay-per-view.
It's oh my god, there's the least amount of matches on a pay-per-view ever that
I'm fine with the 5-match shit. I'm fine with it. At least be good. Because like last event, it was like one good one. Or everything in the middle.
It was the opener.
Is the opener and the main event. That was it. That was good. I think he should up it to 6 or 7.
As long as he doesn't Tony Khan it and he makes 15 matches a pay-per-view.
Yeah,
I'll be fine.
Like 15, 10, like 7, 6. That's a good number. You don't need like the little interview segments and shit. You don't need that.
Well, the only reason why they do that is because they do all the mat changing and shit in between. Because they have 30,000 mats on their wrestling ring.
Just stick to one.
NXT. How do we feel about NXT if we've been watching? Do we feel the revamp is good?
I'm feeling what HBK's cooking.
Hold on, kid. Hold on, kid. Lad. I feel like somebody wants to go first on this one. So, BT, why don't you go ahead and I will go to Lat.
Buddy. Oh my god. HBK. He's fucking cooking. Definitely with the women's division. He's cooking. I know what he's searching.
I don't think he's cooking. I think he's baking.
With that said, there's a few things I have an issue with the next
Oh boy! All right, here we go.
I have a feeling Tony D'Angelo's losing the North American title. What's the fuck? Halloween Havoc. So I don't like the I don't like that hot shot book in there, just because we need to give Tony D a singles title. And I think NXT as a whole has moved past the need of Nikita Lyons. They don't need her.
They've got other cake on that show.
She hasn't injured. She's always been injured. Hasn't really progressed. Can't talk. So, like, what? The only reason you have her there is because she's a fat ass.
I don't see a problem with that. Jay has Brett Duffy, a guy in a mask and a Teletubby. Is this Kodiak's OnlyFans? Well, you know what they say. Anything can happen on this show.
Kid Lat, have you ever been to Glamidia?
That's where Xavier Michaels hails from.
Really?
Yeah. Because his fans are the Glamonites, so he's from Glamidia. Because then they're called the citizens, you know, they're the Glamonite citizens.
Gotcha.
It's like fucking Krypton.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Would Xavier
Or
Michaels be a
Metropolis.
supervillain to you?
What was that?
Would Xavier Michaels be a supervillain to you?
Perhaps. Yeah. I can't get over the name.
All right, go ahead with your NXT thoughts.
I don't keep up as much with NXT as I do main roster stuff. I mean, I saw like bits and pieces of the Chicago show, but I mean, yeah, I don't think I'm as qualified here. But I mean, like, I like Trick Williams. He's cool.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The Tony D'Angelo thing, I'll loop it back to that real quick. PT. I also don't like it, but who beats Obafemi then?
Not Tony D'Angelo.
Yeah, not. Trust me, I know.
It shouldn't have been Tony D'Angelo.
I know, but who beats Obafemi is the question. Who do you build up on that roster?
He's not there. He hasn't debuted yet. That's my answer. Because they have a plenty of NIL guys they've signed that are big football players just like him. So you definitely have someone in the pipeline that you could get ready in 6 months to beat him.
I think Obafemi is gearing up to feud with Trick Williams.
The Ruda.
And then Roxanne Perez. When is she dropping it? I'm ready for a new one, personally. Don't get me wrong, she's a good wrestler, but I feel like she's done everything as champion that she can do. And she's a 2-time champion. So, do you give it to Julia Vakir? Or as Bobby would say, Vakir, queer. You know, that's what Bobby would say. You gotta shout out the homie. Bobby, come back.
Well, I don't think Perez is losing it. At least not until Mania weekend, I don't think.
Oh,
I think they're gonna do her and Cora both holding on to singles titles at the same time in that time frame. And I think Mania weekend, you're probably gonna get Julia winning the North American title and Fakir winning the main title. But like at the same time, that seems like a very long time to stretch out that feud.
yeah, because they were talking like they wanted Julia to be the face of NXT when it hits the CW, but then they kept it on Roxanne Perez. So like the pivot, unless they're waiting, to build it up, which is fine with me if you're gonna build it up, but it seems like they're gonna do tag team shit first.
I think the pivot was because Cora Jade got cleared.
Mm. Roddy Piper didn't need a title as well. Yeah, I know what you meant by etc. Jay. I don't know. I don't really have anything else NXT wise except I'm over the Rich Holland storyline.
I forgot that thing was still going on.
It's so bad.
I like Chase U. Fun little
Like,
dude.
like Chase U, but Rich Holland's like a void.
No, Rich Holland does nothing for me. Just like Brooks Jensen and Sean Spears.
But what about all ego Ethan Page? What does he do for you?
I think they took the title off him a little too soon, but he's gonna lose a Halloween Havoc. So after that, what the fuck you do with him? Do you just fast track into the main roster?
Good question.
But in that case, what do you do with him there? Because there's like nothing for him right now.
Like do you use them to help get like people to learn things? Like I don't know what you do with them because I don't think you have them go for the North American Championship.
No, you don't do tag titles.
Nope. Which, by the way, I don't care for Nathan Frazier or Axiom.
Yeah, that division, like, I don't know. I don't know why they're still champions since we all thought the only reason they retained was because the machine guns were coming to NXT.
I know they're on SmackDown.
They're on, yep.
Speaking of SmackDown, what do we think about the current Bloodline story and the direction that it's moving?
Ever since it's like, I don't know. I think the pacing of it is actually like a lot faster than I thought it'd be coming back, like revisiting the Bloodline. I didn't expect I didn't think Roman would even be back as soon as he is now. But I mean, the way it's going, I have high hopes for everything. I'm interested in how they loop Jay back into it. Rock at Bad Blood was interesting too. So
Just shows up and doesn't say anything.
yeah.
I will say the Jey Uso promo on Friday was good. That's all I saw, and I passed the fuck out. But I enjoyed him doing the Jacob Fatu call out. That's why I believe that they're interfering tomorrow on Raw, because they don't do any. They don't do shit just to do shit recently, So Jacob Fatu's most likely coming out and costing him the match. Would be my guess. And then, do you have War Games? Do you have it 4-on-4? Do you have it 5-on-5? Because it's coming. Because there's only 3 of them. And then if you add Sami Zayn, that's 4.
Right.
Cody Rhodes has been in the Bloodline story. That's 5. But I don't think they're adding Sami Zayn.
I don't know. I think they will.
Really?
I don't think they're going to add Cody because I think they're going to do Cody KO for
Yeah,
Survivor
that's fair.
Series. I think Sammy's the only other one that makes sense unless you're debuting a new Samoan.
Which, if you are, I would think that the new Samoan would interfere in the War Games match to get put over really
Or
big.
long shot. Rock's their fourth, and Rock costs them the match.
Hmm.
I think that's a very long shot.
All right. What do you think, Lat?
I mean, the blow off should be War Games because that's like, I mean,
That's not the blow off. They're gonna
oh, no,
Dude,
no, but
we're only in the second inning.
yeah,
keep.
the last Bloodline War Games was cool. That was a good.
We were there.
We were there.
All the Sammy stuff. I'd hope they bring Sammy back into it.
Make him a full blown oos.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes, you said KO, BT, so I'll let you start. You think they go KO? I also think they'll go KO. I mean,
could do KO Rhodes.
you just don't have him beat the shit out of Cody Rhodes in front of his tour bus for nothing after Bad Blood.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna stretch that shit out till Saturday Night Main Event. I think they're gonna do that match at Survivor Series. It'd be stupid to put Cody in the Bloodline War Games.
Yeah. And you could even milk the feud out for a couple pay-per-views. Oh, I'm done with Kevin Owens, and then after Survivor Series, Kevin Owens on SmackDown just beats the shit out of him.
Yeah, and then Rumble or whatever you do, you jump to Randy. And get the Randy one out of the way before Cody drops title at Mania.
Oh.
If he drops title at Mania.
Well, what do you think, Mr. Kidlat?
Oh, who do you think Cody's gonna drop to?
It's gonna be Rock or Roman.
Right. Well, yeah.
It feels like the only option.
Hopefully not The Rock. Yikes.
We're not really
do you think
building
they
up
do?
anyone on the SmackDown side.
Do you think they'd get like milk a couple matches out of Randy Cody when they do it?
The road to Mania probably. Rumble.
Because I can for sure see
whatever.
them milking a couple matches out of Cody KO, Cody Randy.
Randy KO. Randy KO Cody.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
In general, I think the title should be completely away from the Bloodline story. Because I think that's what's also kind of hurt Cody's run in general, too.
Right.
But I don't think they're going to. Cody's probably dropped in at Mania, and it's going to be Roman or Rock. Probably Rock, if I had to guess.
Or Cody pins Rock, and then he gets the People Champions.
No one had Muhammad Ali's widow hit him he made for himself. So he pose with at the end of WrestleMania. The fucking ego.
He brought it back at Bad Blood.
The fucking ego. That man used Muhammad Ali as a prop. Jeez.
BT, can you think about anything anything else that we could talk about?
Yeah, we have some stuff with AEW.
Oh, good, because you watch, and I'm in and out on AEW.
I do sadly watch. So they had a chance after the end of called Wrestle Dream to really sell people in on a lot of stuff. The MJF Adam Cole shit doesn't make any sense now because they're not in the right roles.
Nope. Adam Cole should be the heel.
Yep. And they can't turn MJF back because they just turned him heel again. So they fucked themselves with that one. Your women's division is kind of non-existent now. And that's not Mariah May's fault. Your tag division is there. That's really it. Your Super New heel group should not be the first night they come there together, really, after win the title. Should be fending off Top Flight in the Dark Order. You hear nothing from Darby Allin.
I gotta be honest. I didn't even know the Dark Order was still around.
They'll forever have jobs there. You heard nothing from Darby Allin. You heard nothing from Daniel Garcia. Nothing from Orange Cassidy about the attacks or what happened with Bryan Danielson at all. It feels like this BCC AEW feud is just a reboot of the failed Elite versus Team AEW feud they tried earlier this year. That looks like the only reason they did that one was so Tony Khan can wear the fucking neck brace during the NFL draft to try and get attention. So all in all, a lot
there's
of
already a coup going. So like, why do another coup? You know,
that coup's pretty much dead because like there's nothing about it. Tony Khan never really had payback with it. You only saw him back on TV once, and it was handing Darby Allin a ride so Darby Allin can go set Jack Perry on fire. Like, I don't know. Everything that they could have had coming in hot for a good feud, potential feuds, that and the other, they pissed away in one episode.
I still say that Team AEW should have never beat Team Elite in that Blood and Guts.
That's the worst Blood and Guts. The ones they've done so far.
That was bad, and you had to watch Chris Jericho in it 3 times.
Jericho followed for cardboard. It's just meh right now. There's nothing. There's no real bright spot with AEW right now.
You mean you don't want to see Jon Moxley as AEW champion again, brother?
I don't. And the reason they apparently gave him the title and they swapped it from giving it to Darby instead to give it to Moxley was because they wanted to, what the fuck was the quote? Oh, man, the quote right now. That was reported. There you go. It's a jumpstart interest in the promotion. That was the report.
How does that jumpstart interest in your promotion, though?
Because Moxley's a name, and Darby isn't. But after 5 years, the fact Darby's still not really a name is kind of your fault.
Well, the fact that they couldn't really give it to anybody else except for Moxley is their fault as well, because
they built no one up.
And then the people that they did build up, they fed them to other people when it didn't make sense, and then they never built them back up.
Because you're not getting it back to Swerve.
No.
Page wins half his matches, loses half his matches. Huh? Always deal with Don Callis shit. Or else he would have been it.
Well, Ospreay didn't want to make it seem obvious when he was going to win the title, so then they had to pivot.
Copeland is hurt.
Yeah. They should just give it to Christian already. I would watch every week if Christian was the heavyweight champion.
Christian, I feel like they kind of somewhat dropped the Christian shit because of Luchasaurus. Probably career-ended health issue.
Which is wild.
That shit's sad as fuck. I'm trying to think who else they actually have. You're not doing Jericho. He's done more harm than good.
Where's Samoa Joe been?
He's filming that TV show for the cock.
Oh.
Plus, he still has to feud with Jericho when he returns. Yeah, they've built no one up.
Yep.
Omega's hurt, so there's Omega.
Okada's just saying bitch every week.
Funny, but like if that was WWE, we're shitting on it.
Yeah.
For turning Okada into a comedy act.
And it's funny because if he goes to WWE, he's just going to be a comedy act. And now what is he in AEW? TNA used him under a mask and a comedy act, and that's why he left TNA when he was there.
I don't know. It's just brutal. There's nothing. Oh, MJF and Cole are obviously facing each other. Yeah, there's nothing worth discussing with them right now, unless it's in like a negative context or how
and
they
there's
can
too
fit
many
X, Y, Z.
championships to talk about.
Yeah, everyone's a heel. Every champion's a heel now in AEW. Can't remember the last time that's ever happened in a major promotion.
And they have so many. And the fact that there's so many titles and that every champion is a heel, that is absurd.
I think it's even like that in ROH. Every champion minus... Nope, it's a lie. The world champ, the trios champion, their their women's TV title, and their tag champions are all faces. So like 90% of the champions between AEW and ROH are all heels.
Jeez. What?
It's time to prove some shit.
I was gonna say, if that's all you got.
It's that time of the week. The show is almost over, so it's time to promote some shit.
Kid Lat, where can the people find you on social media, upcoming shows? Where can they find merchandise?
Yeah, so for socials, follow me on Instagram at KidLatBoyWonder. I have a TikTok too under the same handle. But yeah, for promotions, usually find me at Frontline Pro out in Wisconsin. I've been working Rapid Fire with Logan Ross here. Find me again, Wrestle League in Chicago, All-Star Lucha Libre in Chicago, and then other Illinois promotions like Midwest Championship Wrestling and Defiant. This weekend, I'll be at Defiant Pro on Sunday, Midwest Championship Wrestling in Ottawa, Illinois on Friday, and then Now or Never in Marshfield, Wisconsin for Frontline Pro. So yeah.
Oh yeah. For us here at the Duffy BT Bobby Wrestling Show, next week we will be live with Nell Dillinger, Skylar Reed, Juan Hernandez. The week after that, I am no show. I'll be working the Packer game to help out Now That's Wrestling. So we will be there. You can come find us at a beer stand. We'll be working. November 8th, RCCW. At RCCW, we'll be in lacrosse that day. Then the following night, we will be at Under the Dome in Appleton for Now That's Wrestling on November 9th. November 10th, still currently looking for a guest. But November 17th, we have Nikki Duche, who is one half of the RCCW Tag Team Champions. So we have some stuff coming up. You should check out all the promotions Lat named, I named. There's a lot more promotions around in Wisconsin that you should just check out in general. And the same announcement about Rapid Fire that I had last week. The new date is coming soon. Just stay tuned to the page, and it will be announced. We're working on that. It is confirmed. We just want to release it at a special time for you guys. BT, you want to promote our sponsors?
Yep, as 1/8 of the Rapid Fire 8-man tag team champions, I approve.
That's an idea you threw out there. That's not happening.
It is happening. Duffy's giving me all the titles. He's gonna Vince Russo this shit.
You son of a bitch.
I'm your David Arquette. And Kid Lat will be your Kiss Demon.
Can Kid Lat be my Jimmy Wang Yang?
Oh my god. I'll get a cowboy hat.
Was Jimmy Wang Yang Filipino
I know he was not.
though? All right.
Kid Lat will be our Kerwin White.
Oh
Oh
no!
my goodness.
He
I
doesn't
need
know
the
who
putter.
Kerwin White is.
I need the putter.
Now that's Wrestling Under the Dome coming in a few weeks in Appleton, Wisconsin, allegedly.
I just told you.
Bernie's Burgers, I don't know if you're still a thing, but I'll promote you anyway. If you could find it, chug it.
Chug.
Fox River Raiders. Great year so far, I hope. Rapid Fire Wrestling show announcement coming soon. Pay attention to the official page. As you know, I am the face of Rapid Fire Wrestling over here. You got it. Check out University Sports Debate, ran by LJ, and the official Facebook group of the Duffy, BT, and Bobby Wrestling Show, Elite Wrestling Society. We are back next week with 3 guests. We are outnumbered. No Bobby for another 3 weeks.
We're outmatched. We're outgunned. Scott, if you'd like to join us.
We might get canceled. Do we have anything else?
I think that's it. This is normally the time we would take to make fun of Bobby and his movies.
Yeah. Bobby's not here. He's too busy bombing another movie. Bobby's not here. He's getting his hair done.
Oh, all right. We know he don't got any. You know.
Bobby's not here. He's connecting his eyes. Bobby's not here because he's out getting milk. Bobby's not here because Bobby's not here.
This is the roast of Bobby.
Till next week, live, laugh, love.